Hello friends, welcome again. Today we are going to discuss a topic that is the structure of the agents. So let's start with the session. First of all, again we are going to discuss about the agent. What is meant by the agent? So agent is nothing but who will act on an environment. Architecture plus program. Architecture matlab which is based on the physical sensors and the actuators. Means agent are going to perform on an environment with the help of this architecture. Okay, and is made up by using the physical sensors and the actuators. हम लोग उसको architecture कहते हैं. What is a program? What is the agent program which implements the agent function? So this is nothing but the agent togetherly is going to work on an environment. So we have a different kinds of agent programs. We have a four type of agents. First is a simple reflex agent. Second one, that is a model based reflex agent. Third one, goal based agent, and fourth one, that is a utility based agent. So let's take a brief look out for this all type of agent. First of all, starting with the simple reflex agent. Simple reflex agent. This diagram represents the structure of the simple reflex agent. What they say, they are the simplest kind of agent in the simplex reflex agent. These agents select the action on a basis of the current percept. Okay, these agents are going to select the action on the basis of the current percept, ignoring the rest of the percept history. For example, vacuum cleaner. Okay, जिस लोकेशन पे जाएगा वही डर्ट क्लीन करने का काम करेगा. So it is working on a current percept. ओके, इसके पहले उसने कौन से लोकेशन से डर्ट साफ की है, कौन से लोकेशन से वो होके आगे आया है, doesn't matter. So he ignores the rest of the percept history. He just focus on a current percept. Simple reflex behaviors occur even more complex environment. कौन सा complex environment? फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आप ऑन द रोड यू आर ड्राइविंग अ टैक्सी. ओके, आपके आगे पीछे बहुत सारी गाड़ियां हैं. ओके, सडनली क्या होता है, आपके आगे वाली जो कार है ना वो सडनली ब्रेक दबाती है. ड्राइवर क्या करता है, सडनली ही जस्ट ब्रेक, इट्स ब्रेक लाइट्स कम ऑन. तो आपको नोटिस करना चाहिए. ओके, व्हेन द ब्रेक लाइट्स कम ऑन देन यू शुड नोटिस दिस एंड इनिशिएट ब्रेकिंग. आपको भी ब्रेक लगाना जरूरी है. Okay, so this type of environment is nothing but some complex type of environment. So in the other word, some processing is done on the visual input. Visual input कौन सा है यहाँ पे, जो लाइट्स आते हैं ना ब्रेक्स के सामने वाले कार के, that is a visual input. तो आपको वो भी नोटिस करना है. So we can call the car in front is braking. Then this triggers some established connection in the agent program to the action initiate braking. So we can say here we can apply the condition action rule. What is the condition? If the car in front is braking, then initiate braking. The action will be initiate braking. आपको भी brake लगाना important है. So this type of agents are nothing but the simple reflex agent. This is the environment for the simple reflex agent. So agent is going to sense from the environment with the help of sensors. Then he says ki what the world is like now. World like matlab current percept. What is the current percept in the world? So he will act on a environment. What action I should do now? So agent will perform the action on the basis of the actuators here. Fine. So I hope you understand about the simple reflex agent. Now we will discuss about the model-based reflexation. The most effective way to handle the partial observability is for the agent to keep the track of the part of the world it can't see now. मतलब यहाँ पे मॉडल बेस्ड रिफ्लेक्स एजेंट में एजेंट को ही नीड्स टू कीप द ट्रैक ऑफ द इंटरनल स्टेट, कीप द ट्रैक ऑफ द पार्ट ऑफ द वर्ल्ड. जिस पार्ट को वो अभी फिलहाल नहीं देख सकता है ना, उसका ट्रैक उसको रखना है. ओके, कैसे? फॉर एग्जाम्पल ही कैन सी इन द मिरर, उसके पीछे वाली कार जो है वो कहाँ पे है. ओके, तो मिरर में देख के वो अंदाजा लगा सकता है, ड्राइवर अंदाजा लगा सकता है. या तो फिर आगे वाली गाड़ी. ओके, कार के एजेस पे ध्यान रखना है. ब्रेक की लाइट ऑन हो रही है, ऑफ हो रही है, ऑन हो रही है, ऑफ हो रही है, उसके ऊपर भी ध्यान देना है. सपोज उसको लेन चेंज करनी है. ओके, तो सराउंडिंग में जो भी गाड़ियां है, ओके, वो कहाँ पे है. तो इन सब सिचुएशन का ध्यान रखते हुए उसको जो भी करना है वो प्रोसीड करना है. दैट इज नथिंग बट द इंटरनल स्टेट उसको मेंटेन करनी है. ओके, बिकॉज एट दैट टाइम द वर्ड इज नॉट फुल्ली ऑब्जर्वेबल, इट्स अ पार्शियली ऑब्जर्वेबल. मतलब उसको इंटरनल स्टेट्स को ट्रैक करना है. ओके, ही हैज टू कीप द रिकॉर्ड फॉर ऑल द इंटरनल स्टेप. Fine. So updating this internal state information as time goes by required two kinds of knowledge to be encoded in the agent program. Which kind of? First is we need some information about how the word involves independently of the agent. For example, an overtaking car, okay, generally will be closer behind than it was a moment ago. And second thing, we need some information about how the agent own action affect the word. एजेंट की खुद की एक्शन वर्ड को कैसे अफेक्ट करी, एनवायरमेंट को कैसे अफेक्ट करी है। ओके, फॉर एग्जांपल व्हेन द एजेंट टर्न्स द स्टीयरिंग, अगर एजेंट ने कार का स्टीयरिंग टर्न किया, ओके, व्हील क्लॉकवाइज, एंड द अदर कार टर्न्स टू द राइट, or that after driving the 5 minutes northbound on a freeway, one is usually about 5 miles north of where one was 5 minutes ago. Okay, so this is about the word कैसे change हो रहा है, track कैसे change हो रहा है. So how the word works, whether the information is simple boolean circuit or incomplete scientific theories. Okay, so this is how the model based agent are going to work. तो इन सारे internal state का एक वो model बनाएगा. Okay, and this is how the agent is going to work on the environment. So here is the environment. Agent is going to sense from the environment via the sensors. He will keep the internal state and will look currently how the word is, okay, and what the action the agent has to perform, and according to the word, okay, the agent has to perform the action on the environment again with the help of actuators. Okay, so this is kind of the model based reflex agent. Third, that is a goal based agent. This diagram represents the structure of the goal based agent. What they do, knowing something about the current state of the environment की current state को सिर्फ जानना is not always enough to decide what to do. इसके ऊपर हम लोग decide नहीं कर सकते कि क्या करना है. Only based on the current situation, current state of the environment. The agent needs some sort of goal information. Obviously, agent के पास goal भी होना चाहिए. सिर्फ वो टैक्सी चला रहा है मतलब कब तक चलाएगा? Okay, he has to reach up to its destination, और वो destination मतलब क्या होगा, उसका goal होगा, goal information that describes the situation that are desirable. The agent program can combine this with the model to choose action that achieve the goal. So he has to achieve the goal. उस तरीके से उसको मॉडल को चूज करना पड़ेगा और उस तरीके से उसको एक्शन परफॉर्म करनी पड़ेगी एनवायरमेंट के ऊपर. Sometimes goal based action selection is straightforward. Example, when the goal satisfaction results immediately from the single action. But sometimes what will happen, it will be a more tricky. Okay, for example, when the agent has to consider the long sequences of the twists and turns in order to find the way to achieve the goal, so that time it will be a quite tricky. Okay, so this is how the goal based agent has to work. He just have to keep the track कि उसको गोल तक कैसे पहुंचना है, डेस्टिनेशन तक कैसे पहुंचना है. Okay, so being at the passenger's destination is nothing but the goal of the agent. Okay, how the word will look for the goal based agent, this is the environment. So agent is going to sense from the environment. He will maintain the internal state and see how the word involves now currently. Okay, and what the word is look now, what will be the agent action. So suppose he has to take a action this one, okay, then what will happen, so he has to perform the goal at the end, what action I should do now to reach up to the goal. So he will perform on the environment with the help of the effectors. Okay, so this is how the goal based agent are going to work. The last type of agents are nothing but the utility based agent. This diagram represents the structure of the utility based agent. So the goals are not enough, goal alone are not enough to generate the high quality behavior in the most environment. मतलब at the end सिर्फ गोल तक पहुंचना मतलब high quality behavior नहीं होगा in most of the environment. Okay, what we require the more, we require the utility function. What is that? Goal just provide a crude binary distinction between the happy and unhappy states. Happy and unhappy, एजेंट को किस तरीके से वो हैप्पी रखता है या तो फिर अनहैप्पी रखता है. Okay, it's not like a scientific term. A more general performance measure should allow a comparison of the different world state according to exactly how happy they will make the agent. Okay, so we have already discussed about the performance measure. What is a performance measure? मतलब जो भी एजेंट परफॉर्मेंस दे रहा है एनवायरमेंट के ऊपर, वो कितने कितना सक्सेस है, ओके, कितना 100% है, Okay, that we need to calculate. So generate the general performance measure should allow the comparison of the different world states according to exactly how happy they would make the agent, because happy does not sound scientific. Okay, we have already seen the performance measure, that is a score to any given sequence of an environment state. Okay, so the agent utility function is essentially an internalization of the performance measure. If the internal utility function and the external performance measure are in agreement, then the agent that chooses the action to maximize its utility will be rational according to the external performance measure. Okay, यहाँ पे utility based agent जो होते हैं ना, that is a one step ahead from the goal based agent. मतलब फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर हमें मुंबई टू पूना जाना है, ओके, एंड अगर हम लोगों ने स्टार्ट किया, हमारी जर्नी स्टार्ट की, ओके, बट आगे जाके अगर आपको पता चला कि रोड क्लोज है, रोड आर क्लोज देयर, तो आप क्या करोगे, द एजेंट इज लाइक ही विल चेंज द गियर, ही विल टर्न द कार, मूव द कार, एंड ही विल चूज द नेक्स्ट पॉसिबल वे टुवर्ड्स द पुणे. Okay, so the utility based agent are the one step ahead from the goal based agent. उनको सिर्फ गोल तक नहीं पहुंचना है, more efficiently उसको उस गोल तक पहुंचना है. So that type of agents are nothing but the utility based agent. Okay, so here we will calculate the performance measure of the agent. So how happy the agent is by performing the particular task. Okay, so we will apply the utility function over here to calculate the performance measure. Fine. So this is how the utility based agent are going to work. We have a learning agent also. Okay, along with this four kind of agent, we have a learning agent. This diagram represents the structure of the learning agent. What the learning agent will do? The learning agent can be divided into the four conceptual component. Learning agent के पास चार अलग-अलग component है. Based on that, the learning agent will proceed. Learning element. What is a learning element? It is responsible for making the improvement by learning from the environment. Okay, so learning element क्या करता है? Environment में जो भी अभी environment में जो भी activity चल रही है उसके थ्रू वो सीखता है, improvement करता है. Okay, that is a learning element. Critic. Learning element takes a feedback from the critic. Critic क्या करता है? Learning element को feedback pass करता है. Which describe how well the agent is doing, कि agent कैसे perform कर रहा है with respect to the fixed performance standard. Performance element. It is responsible for selecting the external action. That is a performance element. And problem generator. This component is responsible for suggesting action that will lead to new and informative experiences. Okay. So this is how this four component will work together for the learning agent. So how the learning agent is going to work? This is environment. The agent will sense from the environment. Critic. It will give the feedback to whom? Learning element. What the problem generator will do? Problem generator, it's a component which is responsible for the suggesting the action that will lead the new and the informative experiences. Okay, again it will pass the experience to the performance element which is responsible to select the external action. So this is how the learning agent are going to work. Okay, so we have seen here the four kinds of agent program along with the learning agent. So I hope you understand this video very well. Thank you so much, guys.